So in this video, we're going to learn how to calculate the growth rate in macroeconomics and why it's important to look at what is causing GDP to rise over time. Let's take a look. So first and foremost, if you have a question that asks about calculating growth rate, it's quite simple to do so. All you want to think about is going from like 10 to 11, what would be the growth? Well, that would be a 10% growth because you're increasing the number by 10%, essentially. So how would you use that with other numbers? Well, it's the new number that you're at. So here in this case, 11, divided by the old number that you had, in this case, 10, which gives you 1.1. If you then take away 1, so minus 1, 1.1 minus 1 is 0.1. And then that is a percentage. So if you want it in percentage form, well, you have to multiply by 100, which would give you 10. So 10% increase would be the increase going from 10 to 11. So you would want to be able to calculate this to determine how much GDP is increasing over time from one year to the next. So if we're talking about growth rates from one period to the next, whether it's a year or a quarter, you want to be able to calculate by how much this has grown. But then the more interesting thing that you have to ask yourself, if you see that GDP is growing from one year to the next, if we're talking about nominal GDP, is what portion of that can be attributed to an increase in production and what portion could be an increase in price. Because in reality, when we go from that initial number to the new number, it's a mixture of the two that happens. So although GDP may be increasing by 10% from one year to the next, this could be caused entirely by a 10% increase in the prices with no change in production. It could be done with no change in prices, but a 10% increase in production, or it could be a combination of the two. So you want to be able to dissect that to understand what's going on. Are we really producing more? Are we really a growing economy? Or are we just suffering a lot from inflation? So keep that in mind. You want to be able to calculate growth rate for this class, and you also want to understand what's contributing to this growth rate. I hope you found this interesting. I'll catch you on the next one. If you found this video interesting, please consider subscribing or joining my class where I guide you to apply and expand on the information found in these videos to real-life examples. Have a good day.